How much does it cost to be a cricketer in Australia? I'm in REVO Sports in Warwick. They're about to open a brand new one in Jollymont. And I love, you know, some people, they turn around and go, the first thing I do when I get somewhere is I go in the supermarket and find out how much an apple is. Well, that's boring. I want to turn up to a shop and find out how much a cricket bat is. How much does it cost to play club cricket here in Australia? And let's go around this incredibly well-stocked shop and put together a kit bag and find out how much it actually costs. Okay, shoes. Asics don't really exist back home in the UK. I don't know why, they've never really kind of made their way across. New Balance exist, Grey Nichols exist, DSC are here. I've never heard of Jaffas before. Adidas, New Balance, you name it, they're there, but these things are decent. Idonius, what have we got? We've got all sorts here. V1s, ID2s, we've got something else down the bottom. RB1s, we've got rubbers. So how much does a decent pair of spikes cost you? $200 as it goes, which is what? Just around £100 for these ones? Yeah, don't know why my voice went high, but there is a point of reference. And if you bowl rockets, these are the shoes for you. I also have these shoes. I don't think I have these exact shoes, but I have the Idonius shoes, and I've not actually worn the spikes yet, but the rubbers are very good, so I would very much recommend that you get yourself a pair. They are excellent. So shoes, 200 Australian dollars. So just keep that in mind, or I'll put something on screen and you can figure things out as you go. Wrap it back up nicely. Done. Right, what's next? What do we need next? It's a good question, isn't it? What can we see from here? Wicket keeping stuff? I'm a wicket keeper. Wicket keepers are important. Everybody loves a wicket keeper, apart from, no, wicket keepers are important. They have feelings too. They have feelings as well. Wicket keeping pads, looking around, the main brands are here. Again, Grey Nichols are here. I've not seen those really before for keeping pads. Mazurai, however you want to pronounce it. But they're there for $100, which I would say kind of comes in at a similar kind of price for the top end wicket keeping stuff that you can get back home. There's Centum, which is REVO's own brand, 99 Australian dollars, 79 for Grey Nichols, 75 for Kookaburra. But you're all looking at that kind of price. And they are important. We're not going to bother with wicket keeping helmets because I just think they're a bit of a myth, to be honest with you. Just wear your normal one would be the way to go. What's on the other side? Have we got wicket keeping gloves on the other side? They should be there, shouldn't they? Yeah, it's almost like I've been looking around this shop to find out what and where these things actually are. So again, what have we got? Brands wise, Centum even, Grey Nichols, Kookaburra, Mazurai. I've never seen those Mazurai wicket keeping gloves before, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's an Australian only thing or whether I've just been completely blind when I go into a shop and look for keeping stuff, which I don't do very often. What have we got? Where's a good pair? Where's like the, it's gonna be like, oh, here we go. Yeah, these are the big ones. So the Kookaburra Players Edition wicket keeping gloves, 225 Australian dollars. So if you're wondering and you're watching in the UK, split it in half. That's the easiest way to go. But 225 for the Players Edition ones, which works out to be what, £112.50, which probably pretty comparable to the UK, I would say. But they look good. I would imagine, who wears those? Alex Carey, is he a Kookaburra cricketer? They look Australian, look, they've got like green and gold on them. And at the time of recording this, they're 1-0 up in the Ashes, so I'm not going to say anything too controversial because it could get ugly. Youth's wicket keeping stuff is there. Anything else available? Youth. What's next? This looks like kind of extra just bits and pieces. Might have to do some souvenir shopping. Maybe get some giveaway stuff for the members before we get through. Coloured pads if you need them. Actually, you probably do in Australia. They're massively important. Like coloured kit with the amount of how do I word this? Non-red ball cricket that gets played in Australia as part of certainly the grade setup. is going to be a massive part of what you need, unlike what you'll play in the UK. For a lot of my stuff, it's exclusively whites, really, but green pads, yellow pads, red pads, one rogue white pad down there, which I'm pretty sure must be in the wrong place, and some coloured gloves as well. 120 quid, 120 quid, well done Daniel. $120 for yellow pads, 135, which again, I'd say that's a pretty good price, to be completely honest with you, if you need an extra pair of pads. And yeah, there you go. There's your way around it. If you don't want to do that, $40 or 20 quid, and you can get yourself some coloured clads, and you just stick them over the top of your white pads. And that makes your life a lot easier. Coaching stuff is there as well, because coaches are important too. Not that they really exist in the UK. Oi, 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 where are we going next? I don't know how much I've spent so far. What have I done? 200 on that, 100 or so on there. Oh, $600 I reckon so far. And we haven't got a bat yet, and the bats are coming. Thigh pads, again, all of the main brands here, the Aero ones, the Kookaburra ones, the Grey Nichols ones. So we'll just grab one of these and see what's, I mean, I'm not fitting in a small, am I? Let's be completely honest with you, but $50 for Grey Nichols thigh pads, which I think that's quite cheap, to be fair, which works out to be £25. I think that's quite a good price for the Grey Nichols thigh pads. More thigh guards, more there. I wonder how much these cost in relation, actually, because these are probably a better indication. 90. See, these are dirt cheap compared to what you'll pay back home. This is $90 for these P2 ones, and they probably would be about 60, 70, even 80 pounds back home for these Aero P2 strippers. So, long way to come and get them, but you could save yourself some cash. Bags. It's a lot of bags. Are you a duffel bag, or are you I'm a duffler bag, me. So I'm gonna look at this big Grey Nichols one behind me here. Oh my word, $330. It's a good bag though. Mind the camera. Oh, it's not even a duffel bag. I thought it was. That one's a duffel bag. I got the wrong one. That's just massive. But it's $330 if you're interested for a Grey Nichols Legend bag. Yeah, the duffel bag. That's a bit more my speed. That's a bit more my speed. $150. So again, quite cheap. What have you got in the back here? 3 spaces for cricket bats. Maybe that means I'm gonna have to have a look at 3 individual cricket bats when I get around to get that side of it. Massive pocket in the middle, so big in fact there's a cardboard box in there, which might be better for some people to bat with than actual cricket bats. You never know, but that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Batting pads and white ones this time. I'd imagine similar kind of price compared to the coloured ones, I would have thought. So let's just grab some. Nope, that's a youth. Youth. Aha. These will do. These look like batting pads, don't they? Look at that. Beautiful. Grey Nichols GN 900s for $100. So again, they feel relatively cheap in comparison to what you would pay for back home. But it certainly is starting to highlight the fact that cricket just generally is an expensive sport, isn't it? Like, you do need a lot of equipment. And it doesn't really matter where you are in the world, or what level you play, or what standard you play, or how frequently you play. In order to be able to play, you do need a lot of kit to be able to play in that traditional style of cricket that we all love on a Saturday afternoon. Batting gloves, completely missed them, but they're here. These look kind of cool. I don't necessarily know if my kind of batting style works with brightly coloured stuff now, but $220 for Kookaburra batting gloves. I think these must be the top of the range one. Yeah, pro players, so that's going to be on the upper echelons of what you're going to be able to spend. $150 for the 1.0s for Kookaburras, and they still feel quite nice as well, and nice and clean. They look great, to be fair. Centrum, the own brand, $135. In here, Grey Nichols, New Balance. If anybody buys New Balance stuff, I think the only person I'll ever see ever wear New Balance is Steve Smith or Joe Root, and I'm fairly sure that they don't buy them. MRF, if you want to be like Coley, they exist. It's a good selection. What else have I forgotten here? Helmets. Helmets are important. Safety first. Safety first. It can only be a Shrey, can't it? They're the ones that everybody wants. 245 for a Shrey helmet, which is what, 120 pounds. It probably is kind of, what I think I'm learning here so far is the fact that these prices are kind of comparable-ish to what you would have to pay back home in the UK for cricket kit. There's no secret here. There's no fly to, well, no, I would recommend flying to Perth because it's really cool, but there probably isn't the benefit to go and outlay the accommodation and the flights and everything like that in order to come over here and buy incredibly cheap cricket kit. So $150 for the Grey Nichols one, Mazurai, someone will correct me as the pronunciation of that and I don't care, 240. So yeah, similar kind of price for all of those stuff. Bat, let's talk about bats. Bats are important. There's something here for $2,000 and it's the one that Travis Head went and scored 1,000 runs with against England in the first test. And it's massive. Like, this thing is ridiculous. Yeah, it'll go through a gauge, of course it will. Bit of downward pressure. But that thing there is 1,000 Australian dollars. That must be one of the most expensive, 2,000 Australian dollars. Yeah, don't come at me. Don't ask REVOs for it for $1,000 because you won't get it. That'd be one of the most expensive ones in Australia, I would imagine. The Pro Players Edition for the Grey Nichols Nova. And if you want a bat like Travis Head, that's probably quite a good one to get. And then if you look down the wall, like, I haven't seen a cricket bat shop with this much cricket bat willow for ages. Grey Nichols DSC Ton MRF, New Balance Kookaburra. These things are cool. Like, these would be that if I could sneak that into what do you call it, into a suitcase as a bit of duty free, this would be absolutely brilliant to take back as a souvenir, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Kahunas, and then Centums as well. Centums, the own brand. At the top one, 1,099 for the Players Edition. If I can get it off. And a nice looking cricket bat, to be fair. So that's kind of where you are, really. I couldn't tell you how much I've spent. I couldn't tell you what I've bought. I think I've covered everything. But that is how much it's going to cost you to be an amateur cricketer in Australia.